So 3.3 is on weighted means. This is how your GPA is calculated. So we got Math 21. We're still on day 8, day 6 lecture. 3.3 is on weighted means. You will not be tested on this. It's not even on the homework. But I think it's kind of good to know because this is how GPA is calculated. So this like affects every, you know, like I respond better vocally. Like, hey, Jones, I can't see what you're doing. Right. She's over here just fucking. What if I didn't look up? So the general formula for weighted mean is the weighted mean is calculated by doing the sum of the weights times the values over the sum of the weights. For GPA, what you're going to do on the bottom is you have the sum of your total units. And on top, you do units times grade.
Next to the W is an I too.
That's an I. WI. Yeah. Just like we had XI on other things, it means the I means each individual score. So let's say you're taking, you got 4 classes. Let's say you're taking Math 21, which is 4 units. What's English? Is it 4 units or 3? Let's say you're taking art class, art 1. That's got to be a 3-unit course. And you're like, fuck it, this is my first semester here. I want to just do 12 units. I think they have like a library or study course. I don't remember what it's called, but it's only 1 unit. So we're going to have a total of 12 units. And let's say, maybe I need to tell you how the scores break down. The grades, how the grades convert to numbers is let's see, we've got A plus, A minus, B plus, B minus, C plus, C. We can't give a C minus at university or community college. I think university can, but we are like forbidden by fucking law or some shit to give a C minus. Because the minus is fucking demoralizing and they're still in the C range, so we're not gonna say C minus if they got a 70.2%. Because it hurts fucking people's feelings. There's a lot of shit that doesn't make sense. There's a lot of people that are in legislation and politics that are fucking influencing shit that they shouldn't. Education is just one of those topics. They tell health people how to deal with health too. Yeah, I trust you over my fucking doctor. I think you're still allowed to deal with D plus, D and D minus though. And I think the pattern will be noticeable at this point. The whole letter grades are always the ones with the 0.0. Plus the letter grade, I'm pretty sure it's 0.4 higher. So that's 3.4 and 2.4. Oh, I didn't put D at 1.0. So D plus would be 1.4. And when you go D minus, you subtract 0.3. This is 3.7, and this is 2.7, and this is 1.7. And then the biggest ripoff ever, A plus does not go higher. It's just a 4.0. That's fucking rude. Right?
D minus, did you actually?
On A minus, did I mean what?
Was it bigger than?
A is 4.0 and A minus is 0.7. Oh, one D, 0.7. Thank you. Thank you. You're right. That didn't make much sense, did it? Now, some schools will give that A plus a higher weight, but most universities don't. Some schools give AP courses at a high school a higher weight. They'll like give it up to 5 units. I don't really think they should. They haven't learned anything, and a fucking college student hasn't. And the topic isn't any different. So let's say these are our ranges, and we have 2 options. Option A and option B. Like you've got time to max out 2 grades. You can get an A in 2 courses. So let's say you're going to get an A in this course and an A in this course, and you fucking slack off and get a B in this one and a C in that one. So this is option A. And option B, let's say you're like, nope, I fucking don't like math, and I really don't like English all that much either. But I fucking love art, and the library study shit's hella fucking easy. So let's say you get those grades there. I'll keep the pluses out of it because it just makes the math a little more complicated to do. Let's calculate the GPA, weighted GPA for each option. So for option A, this is worth a 4, this is worth a 4, this is worth a 3, and this is worth a 2. Not optional, option A. What we're going to do is we're going to go and take each grade and multiply it by the number of units. So math 21, you got, it was 4 units, and you got a grade of A, which was 4. And then English 1, you got 4 units, and you got an A, which was a grade of 4. Art 1 was a 3, and you got a grade of B, which was a 3. And library was 1 unit, and you got a grade of C, which was 2. All of this goes over the total number of units you had for the semester. $16 plus 16. What?
You meant 1 times 2, not the-
I meant 1 times 2. Thank you. So I am getting for A 43 over 12, which is 3.58 GPA. Option B, Well, the C is worth 2 units. The B is worth 3 units, the A is worth 4, the A is worth 4. So I'm gonna stick with the pattern of writing the units first. I have 4 units times a C, which is a 2. Plus 4 units times a B, which is 3. Plus 3 units times an A, which is 4. Plus 1 unit times A, which is 4. We're still over 12 units. This is getting a little sloppy. I'm gonna put a box around that. So let's calculate this up. We got 8 plus 12 plus 12 plus 4. I have 36 over 12. I don't need a calculator for that one. That's 3. 3.0. GPA. Both report cards had 2 A's, a B, and a C. Right? Your fucking GPA is drastically different. So a lesson you should take away from this is if you're fucking getting overwhelmed and it's like past the drop date, where even if you drop, you're still getting a fucking F. This happens like October 20th or something like that. If you get to that point, like right now, if you drop, you're getting a W on your transcript, it'll be withdraw. It's not a big penalty. If you get to later on and you're like, something's got to give, I'm fucking overwhelmed. Maybe your boss gives you more hours at work. Grandma, or your mom, or your dad, or grandparents, or your fucking brother or sister gets sick. You have to spend time taking care of them, and something's got to give. Give up on the classes that are worth less units, because it will have less of an impact on your overall GPA. Does that make sense? If I gotta get 2 Ds, I would rather get the Ds in art and library than math and English, because my GPA is gonna be drastically different if I do it in math and English. That's kind of neat, right? That's how they do it. Your cumulative GPA is they do this for every semester. They don't average the GPAs individual semesters. They literally like take every grade you got, multiply it, turn it into a value, like over here, multiply by the number of units, find the total numbers you've done. Like if it's you've done 4 years and you're at 60, not 4 years, 2 years and you've done 60 units, you're ready to transfer. They do this for each one. They don't average each semester, they average each class one at a time. That's actually it for weighted averages. Again, there's no homework on this section. I think it's a handy thing to know. Like it's important, like getting down to the end. It matters if you're gonna fail something, fail on the lower unit ones. Other than that, if you'd like to continue working on here on your homework, you're free to. Otherwise, you may, what do I like to say? GTFO, get the fuck out.
I need some, no.
Okay.